After 1861, Harper's Ferry changed hands between the Confederacy and the Union 8 times until it eventually fell to the Confederates. This gave them access to the north, to Sharpsburg, Maryland. What happened there at a creek called Antietam is so appalling that it remains the bloodiest day in our nation's history. Antietam National Battlefield. In one day, more Americans were killed or wounded here than in the Revolutionary War, War of 1812, the Mexican War, and the Spanish-American War combined. 23,000 victims. On this country lane, on the morning of September 17, 1862, fighting raged on for 3 brutal hours. Called Bloody Lane, this sunken path seemed to be a good place to ambush the enemy. But capturing this 800-yard stretch proved to be a disastrous undertaking. 5,600 men from both sides were consumed in this one action.
The overall plan was to attack the Confederate Army on the 2 sides or 2 flanks.
Burnside's Bridge is named for the Union general at Antietam. It took hours to capture it and get his troops across, even though they far outnumbered the Confederate soldiers here.
Once the bridge is taken, they're going to have a big traffic jam here trying to get 8,000 men across. You can see it's only 12 foot wide. It's not a major structure. And once they get themselves across and get themselves reorganized, there's the final push to end this battle, driving toward Sharpsburg to the north-northwest.
Soon after, President Lincoln visited this very spot, a fit place to think of some way to bring a swift end to this awful war. That idea was emancipation. Lincoln knew we were a nation united in our basic humanity. And a sense of humanity is what fueled the nation's abolitionist movement. And at its helm was orator and activist Frederick Douglass, who once said, "A man's character always takes its hue from the form and color of the things about him."